Hello and welcome to another English class. When I started these classes, I had the board at a different angle and some people didn't like that. So I thought I would redo, that means do again, redo those old videos with the new angle. I may give the information in a slightly different order, but it's basically the same information. If you want to check, you might find some information in those original videos that aren't here, and you might find some information here that isn't in the old videos. I hope it's all the same. So let's have a look at can, could, and be able to for ability and permission. Can is used for the present and future for ability and permission. For example, I can dance. That's ability. It could be permission, but it depends on the context. I can leave work early. Again, that's ability or permission. It depends on the context. And I can meet you tomorrow. That's obviously the future. Well, I suppose this is the future as well. It could be ability or permission. For example, if you are able to do it, it's ability, and if someone tells you you can do it, you have permission. So it depends on the context. Now, could is used for the past, but only for general things, not for specific actions, but for actions in general. For example, I could dance when I was young. Not on a specific day or date, but when I was young in general, I could dance, okay? I can still dance. I could stay up late on special occasions. Now that's permission. For example, when I was young, if there was an important event on TV or in general, and I wasn't at school the next day, then I had permission. I could stay up late on special occasions, generally, not just one event. I could find my keys yesterday. No. That face is no. So I could find my keys yesterday. Why is that wrong? Because that is not general. That is a specific action. That is talking about yesterday. So you cannot say I could find my keys yesterday. So what do we say then? No worries. I was able to find my keys yesterday. We use be able to. Was or were, that's why be is in parentheses. Was or were, depending on the subject. I was because I, they were, we were, he was. I was able to find my keys yesterday. Not I could find my keys yesterday, no. I managed to find my keys yesterday. You can also use managed to. Okay, so that's the correct way to say this because it's specific. This is for specific events, okay, not general events. Now we also use be able to for perfect tenses. So this would be been, because we have to use the past participle in perfect tenses. I have been able to locate the meeting point. You can't use can or could because it's present, and we can only use can or could for present and past, not for present perfect. So for present perfect, we use been able to. I have been able to locate the meeting point. I had been able to buy a ticket beforehand. This is past perfect. Beforehand just means before. It's a very lovely word. I had been able to buy a ticket beforehand, so I had no problem getting into the venue. I had no problem, past simple, because I had been able to buy a ticket beforehand. So something happens before a past event is past perfect. I've done videos on past perfect, so have a look. Go to my channel, look for playlists, and you'll see English classes. There's only one playlist, English classes. All my videos live there. All my classes live there. So have a look, learn, and enjoy. We also use be able to for modal verbs because we cannot use two modal verbs together. These are modal verbs. So you cannot say you must can. You say you must be able to. Now we use the infinitive because it's after a modal verb. Modal verbs are always followed by the infinitive without to. That rule never changes. You must be able to pass the test before doing the course. Okay? So there's a preliminary test, and if you pass the test, you can do the course. I will be able to catch the last bus. Will is a modal verb, so will be able to. You can't say I will can. and I might not be able to start until next week. You have the job. Can you start tomorrow? Well, I already have a job, so I might not be able to start until next week. That's okay. No worries. Now, good news, couldn't is always possible. So in this context, you have could for past general, be able to for past specific, or manage to for past specific, but couldn't is always possible regardless of general or specific situations. I couldn't speak Spanish when I was young. I wasn't able to is also correct, but you don't have to worry about specific or general for the negative. Couldn't is always correct. I couldn't speak Spanish when I was young. I couldn't find my keys yesterday. By the way, there are 7 verbs where this rule doesn't apply, okay? Let me see. Remember, understand, see, hear, smell, feel, and there's one more. They're all verbs of sense. But anyway, actually, you know what? While you're there, let me just put you on pause. Of course, see, hear, smell, taste, feel. Verbs of senses. See, hear, smell, taste, feel. Remember and understand. Don't follow this rule. So you can use those verbs with could if it's general or specific, okay? For example, specific. I could see the mountain from my room last night, so my hotel room. So that's okay. So for those 7 verbs, you don't have to worry about this, but you can say I was able to see the mountain from my hotel room. So if you're worried, well, which verbs do I not have to worry about? Just use the rule for all verbs until you're absolutely sure. I'm not sure if I mentioned those verbs in the first video I did about this, but have a look. And so there you go. That's can, could, and be able to for ability and permission. Okay, some very important rules here that people generally don't know. When I teach them, they say, oh, I didn't know that. So I hope that was enjoyable. Subscribe to the channel for regular English videos. Hit like, thumbs up, thank you. Share this with anyone you know who's learning English, and leave a comment if you have any questions or doubts. Until next time, have a lovely day. Bye bye.